Check, mic check, mic check.
Wait,
I hope you go Sanaa, man. Black. I have no idea. You have? All honor due. All honor due. Shukran sana. Karibu to this exclusive Sanaa kwa Sanaa Snappylilbits 8 experience with the one and only Akili Blaq. Such an honor. The last time tulika pamoja ilikuwa September 2023 tukifanya anniversary ya Sadfa. This is an important, a momentous day kwa sababu it's the first time nimesikia project beforehand, alafu nakana the creator ku discuss the project before release, ku get into it. Na imekuwa a fascinating experience, kitu ile nime delight in doing. Na of course tumekuwa tukiongea sana this past few weeks. Tumekuwa keep in touch through the year. Ukiwakia EP8, you've done your many reels and your many videos while you are creating the beats that zimeland kwa hii project na that zimemake hii project. And so the first time you called me for this ilikuwa exactly a month ago. Ilikuwa 16th. Ilikuwa 16th Nov.
You must have time. Bro, I wish I was you.
And then here we are, 16th deck. Alafu the first time ulituma the project because ilikuwa uitume as we discussed, but still ulikuwa namalizia uka get held up because ilikuwa tuifanye a few weeks back ukashikika. But exactly a week ago ndio ulituma the first version of the project. Ulituma the first one. Hours later, kaniambia, no, this is the actual one. Katuma another version, a 500 MB plus version. The previous one ilikuwa compressed sana. And then a few days ago, on Sunday, 3 days ago, ukaniambia, gee, now this is the final one.
I must say we are producers.
Until the last day, bado.
And it might change kesho.
Inaweza badilika bibi.
Kuna malisiko ongezea hand clap.
Before 20th. Before 20th, but nilikuwa curious just from your perspective na kusikia toka kwako, why us for this moment and why me for this?
Hey bro, first of all, I'm glad to be here and to be part of this new kind of concept you're working on, which I think is something that is needed. I actually respect the kind of work you do. Yeah, your in-depth reviews come as Sanaa there with the gang. As in, there's a way you guys really break down projects. It's hardly what people say as SG. You're not critics really to me. You're project reviewers. Na hiyo ni a rare thing, especially in this space. This place tuko. Unajua, even the wider region, East Africa, sioni real project reviews done extensively and in depth. You're really good listeners. It's for some of us producers, unajua kazi yetu ikifika huko nje, you're going to have the fans, the supporters vibing, receiving it whichever way it came through. Unajua, as in, nipenda hii ngoma kwa sababu it makes me feel like this. You know, but for the producers, there's little things you spend time on that always pass people.
Spend time ukikiu snare.
You know, bro, as in your compression, you go your kick, manze, hapo sikia the grit kidogo hapo. There's some little extra grit hapo. That thing rattles a little bit. You know, then it's kind of spreads into the snare. Have this
transient.
You know what I mean? As in, you guys even hear transients, bro. For those who have chosen this, they're very technical.
Technical.
But now, why I really wanted to be part of this, that means a lot to us creators who spent, because we've always felt as in we're the ones who really listen to what the people out there are going to receive. There's a lot of, as when for 2 hours trying to fix sijui 70 hertz ndio basing ni hapo, as in you're listening to so much details, whether it's the voice or the artist is having, mtu alikuja kurecord when they're having a flu. So you want to take out the nasal in that flu. So that, so the very technical side of it, I really appreciate your ear. I think you have a very acute ear on you just listen so well to what's being shared. And again, also, what you're doing is so needed. Yeah, it's tough. I really follow what you're doing with the gang, and just the whole concept of Sanaa kwa Sana. And I wanted to be part of it based on his. And also, you're a super cool homie, man. It's just one of those homies. You're like, when you get something nice to share,
Man.
I'll share with you and to be like, hey, bro, Maze, let me listen to this.
Yeah, just watching those videos, and then tukiongea ukiniambia ich tunawakia hii Snappy8 iko na vitu, and whenever you tell me that, najua I am waiting. Najua there is a lot of weight and an intention in the craft.
Yeah.
Now when as a producer, as a sound maker, when one of the people and I always say this kuhusu how you've crafted a particular sound, na ukisikianga kitu Blaq amefanya, au unajua this is an Akili Blaq produced song or beat, unaweza tell tu kuna certain way in which umewakia craft yako sana. And even speaking of Snappy, this is the 8th.
It's the 8th, homie.
This is the 8th installation.
It's the 8th, homie.
From 1 to 8. Also for context na archiving, which siuongelea sana, tumongelea pia earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Journaling.
Yeah.
Tupatie tu synopsis from 1 to 8. Watu pia understand. Unaweza tuambia the year of the thing, or what kind of headspace you are with one, and nilifanya uanze one. Hivyo tu tidbits za the installations hadi sahi. So that's from 2014.
That's from 2014.
So,
you're the one, you're the archivist, man. Maybe it's only Peter mbaya. But on the reels, G, as in, you just mentioned Snappy8, and I'm like, damn, man. Yeah, we're on the 8th. Time has gone. Because Snappy series, actually, even to say what this Snappy series is, as in, just to define it, Snappylilbits is something I normally say when nikimalizia a project, as in a beat. I make something and go like, that's a
Snappylilbit.
Like, God damn, save that thing. Give it a title and save it.
Yeah.
So I ended up calling them Snappylilbits, and beats being BITS, which is how sound and media is calibrated in computers, but at the same time being beats.
Beats.
And again, the thing snap. I really do a lot of head bobs. I think my neck muscles are.
Over the years imekipitia.
Bro. Niko weda lakini kusangi. It's just
hapo tu.
Yeah. So Snappy 2014. It's when I started the series. Just when I go back home, and ilikuwa Snappy 1 was it just me putting. I remember I'm doing that in Calif. I'd missed the hood so much. So when I got back in the hood, I'm like, oh man, it would be so nice to make a project from here. Unajua. And actually, it never happens with make a project. You're going to start something while in the scheme
in
of
the
it,
process.
Like, wait, I actually got a series and a groove going on. Let's finish this thing up. Unajua unajipata tumemaliza. So and they normally take a pretty short time in the context of an experience. As it could be, that is because I've been in Calif maybe for 4 months, not doing much, just making beats and just wallowing in my old neighborhood, seeing old friends, hanging out with them. And it's cooking itself during that experience. And I'm like, I have Snappy 1, and put it out. I don't waste time with putting things out. I really believe in marking time. Kai tunafanya sahi 20th kwa sababu haja January tarehe moja, it won't make sense. Because of especially time
context
of release.
Yeah,
the context. So that's what Snappy been about, and of course 2 came about, and I was telling you earlier, as in the reason most of you can find 2.
2 haiko. Iko bata iko.
Because somewhere in some media fire links, people look and go through my FB, kuna mahali tu.
Unaweza ipata mahali.
But it's not on my official platforms as in Bandcamp, which is a platform we really like working. It's not on DistroKid outlets like in Apple Music and Spotify and them. And it's because immediately it came out, those immediate commissioning. There are guys I normally let hear stuff fast. Hey, dude, I have this thing I'm putting together. Muskia. So a guy is like, nah, dude, I'm taking number 4, 5, and 7.
Gone.
Zitoe kwa mixtape. Apu. APU. There's a homie called Apu Sebekedi. Just one of the illest and dopest producers I know, and just one of my coolest little big bro. He's my homie, man. So I always let him hear some stuff first, and he's like, no, this one, Iapa, I'm giving this one to Kulichana. Oh, Iapa, and he really forces my work on folks. I remember missing out on Jabba just because of Jabba Double HP, because of just some things that were going on, and even AKA. As in like, no, this one I'm having a session with whoever, as in, so it's been my plug that side, and other guys. So Snappy Little 2, a lot of beats zilienda. Immediately it came out within the first week. And also the legendary Trouble Lee. Hapo ndio alitoa Mungu Mteja. And we're like, oh man, that's actually how I met him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wacha nitoe. It's a 1918 track project or whatever, 20 something. When you have 12 or 13 beats already commissioned,
that's the whole thing.
Yeah. And 3 is when I'm working in the agencies. Actually, all of them it's each year. 4 is also when I'm out there doing experimenting with new careers and professions. I'm always making beats wherever I'm going.
Because 4 in 2017.
Yeah, that's me at the agencies. I was a creative director at some of these agencies here.
Actually, 4 ndio the first one where ulitoanga ukisema unaweza download for free, ukapatia wasewe download for free. He even made a statement ukasema yo mnaweza ipata you for a week or so mnaweza ipata for free.
You're the one who's supposed to be telling these things.
Mimi nafaa kuwa
hapa. Ukisema hizi vitu ni quality rada na zote sana, especially that very particular detail that you're gifted. So ndio hivyo ni 4, 5 the same way. I think I was in the same creative industry. 6 is also missing.
6 pia ni missing.
Yeah. And 6 missing is actually we had done a 3-track EP with Tra after doing what was Tra's first project called?
Mlifanya pamoja?
No, yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah, tell us. Me, I have to recollect those. Tumefanya vitu mingi.
Tumefanya vitu mob. So then mkafanya Maliza Roho.
Yes.
The EP, yeah.
We did Tell Us, and then tukimaliza tu Tell Us, we were still in a groove. Yeah. I can see he's going like, damn, man, I gotta fuck with this homie. While you're working, you can feel the energy you will go through. And me, I'm like, damn, this kid, man, holy shit. What better would I be fucking with? As in, he's that dude. Yeah, Tra is that guy, man. You guys checking out Tra, man.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, wako wawili. Trouble Lee, actually, when I think of Trouble Lee, I always just go like, I'm just honored to be in the same space when you're putting those thoughts together. That's my fondest memory of working with the home. As in, I'm like, damn, dude, your range of thought, your range of delivery, penmanship, your creative output when it comes to really what is to be said. Hey, manzi amko wengi. So yeah, we did, I remember doing a 3-track Maliza Roho project, but that time I'm starting to stash beats for Snappy 6. Because sometimes I go to my archives, pick maybe a couple of things. Nianze kuangalia, hii sikumalizianga, go clean it up, use new techniques to approach it. As in, before I get into something new. I normally go back.
Unapitia.
That's on the archive.
Unapitia archives.
Yeah. So when I'm doing that, trance is too much around. Ndio amesikia kitu is like Blaq, and I'm just WhatsApp him a bit. Like Blaq, I'm coming on Friday. And unasikia gato. He comes, sits there. We have the conversations we have, and then just some of the illest stuff makes itself. Okay, bank. Ingine. The healing. Nini. As in, I'm like, hey, trauma, manze. So 6, Snappy 6, ikakuwa
Malizaro
1 and 2.
And 2.
Yeah, 2, it's actually, find 2 is tracks that were still making themselves while 1 is getting finished. So ndio hivyo, and of course 7 last year.
7.
Yeah, and here today we are at 8.
While kunaweza kuwa na hiyo gap between 5 and 8 or 5 and 7, at least kuna context, so anajua where 6 went and where 2 is. Ilikuwa niseme pia that 2022 mlitoa Malizaro 1 in March, then on 30th or 31st mkatoa 2. Right, so mlitoa 2 projects within the same year. Alafu this year in January, after your beat masterclass session, ukatoa Snappy 7, and then say before the year is ending, unatoa Snappy 8. So you've done...
Snappy 7 was this
year, early this year. After your session at Gute. Two Snappies within the same year, Blaq.
Bro,
do you know?
Bro,
that's massive. That's massive.
I'm actually thinking I lost as in kuna timeline fulani.
Sense ya time na
I think kuna mali ni
kuna somewhere kuna mali imeenda. Hey,
I swear I think I was thinking it was Snappy last year. Last year there was yoga.
Na fiddlings.
Yeah.
And then 23 after mfanye, so mmetoa Malizaro 2 December, and then September mlikuwa mmefanya your cheche sessions na Tra in September. And ukapromise wase a project that you had sat on for years. Ukaitoa Jan 2023. It's the catalog, I always say, the catalog speaks for itself. The quality of the work and the quantity is in a match. And one nimeza nikisema, as far as craft, this is something that umesuka for so long, ume-engineer for so long, your craft, and msaki iskia. And here we are with 8. Unafilaje kuhusu 8, Blaq?
Bro. Okay, wacha ni get back to your question because I'm still thinking about your time. Umepatiana hapo. And shout out to that, G. Yeah, it's nice to know there's an energy you're giving out to the universe anytime you get in a creative burst of something. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna say 8G. This 8, I don't know if it's the description you're asking as in what it's about.
Vile tu na feel that here we are with 8, because pia something else ni all of these snappies inakuanga ni 16 tracks, 19 tracks. Si ati ni 10 tracks. Ni lengthy projects you've put in.
Long play.
you put in the work and the love and the craft, and here we had 20 more tracks, a 57-minute runtime.
Man, how I feel about it, I've been wilding. As in, I've been enjoying every beat of Snappy 8. Oh, it's been so much. Snappy 8, man. We are both big fans of Kaylin Ellis.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Kaylin Ellis. I just think you're the GOAT.
Kaylin.
This thing, it's my bad.
Kama ujui, man, tap it na Kaylin Ellis. For you.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody who's hyper-inspired and to spread their creativity so extensively on a daily basis like that, homie. So, then people take breaks. What Kaylin Ellis been doing since COVID, 2020 up until now. I think any live streams are daily.
That's why
cooking some of the wildest, most beautiful music that anybody. Right now, what's running is the Masep Jam.
In 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes. In 15. The most no rap. At the same time, he has this signature sound. You can hear.
Ukisikia utajua.
Drum and bass.
Utajua ni Kaylin.
Iko ni hip hop, iko ni jazz. You'd just be like, that's how dope a dude Kaylin. Shout out to you, brother. You're such an inspiration from wherever you are. A small town.
Manze, somewhere
in Nairobi, Kenya.
Somewhere in the world.
And you normally see us in your comment sections throwing fire emojis and stuff. We love your work. Yeah, so Kaylin Ellis, I was just as a consumer of his work and inspired by just how much drive he has to keep creating even when you're not feeling like it. There was that thing of, we call it the goblet?
The gauntlet. The gauntlet,
whereby you give yourself a certain specific amount of time, which is less 30 minutes. Under 30 minutes or 20.
I've seen him do even 12, 15.
Bro, to come up with an idea. So, beginning of the year, last year, Keisha, actually when I was doing Snappy 7, when it was getting finished, I was going through a transition of a bunch of things. You know, as in, you can see your career coming, and as my corporate career, you can see it. I've always had a corporate gig. You know, I'm a creative director for some of these corporations. So it's something I do on the side, and it's also something I really invest in. You know, I'm also a videographer. Yeah, I'm a brand strategist, concept developer. You know, these days you say as in, it depends with the day. When somebody asks you what you do, hey, man. It depends with the day.
Depending.
That's the hardest question to answer. We're into farming, we're into a lot of shit.
Kila kitu.
So this year I saw a lot of things come to a kind of halt. You know, you can actually feel it coming. You know, the work you were doing, contract doing in Akuisha, they're also ending zikifuatana. And you know, things of renewal. You're like, oh shit, okay. This is where actually I'm used for my bread and butter daily and taking care of everything I take care of. And at the same time, you're having this fleeting relationships. You know, as in, I call them, man, situations. I say, now what the fuck? Whatever. We keep it moving. You know, so I was seeing transition of so many things, certain interactions, zinaenda you know, and other new things cropping up, as in other things you're actually scared to explore. You're not so sure how to approach them, but you can. It's a feeling you have. It's not like they're happening even. Unasikia tu, there's a change. You start feeling a little bit weird also with your body. Dude, maybe that gym should be. You should take it. You've been on it, but bro, look a little bit deeper into it. You know, when you start looking back at, what am I reading? What am I having? How am I feeding my mind? What am I? As in, there were so many transitions happening at the beginning of the year. And I remember battling it, not knowing what's going on. It's like an ego death. As in what you believed in. And ego death being what you've believed in, not making sense anymore. As in it's kind of having a certain death and you can feel it dying. and new things which you're not even sure of cropping up. And in that process is I decided to, you know what, as I figured this shit out, get rid of the whip I had, you know, and I was so specific about it because I didn't want to have a studio. Remember, after I finished Snappy7, I put the studio in boxes, everything in boxes.
Killer kid.
I packed everything and took it to the farm. I'm like, no, I don't want 2025 for me to be in a studio. And the quickest thing that came to my mind as the year was ending, year 2024, was actually today. Today is the 16th. I got Bubble on the 15th.
Wild.
Yeah. Bubble being that pink little ride you seen?
Kwa cover.
Yeah.
Which you're getting into, yes.
I got it on the 15th of December.
That's wild.
So today it's when it landed right here in Nairobi from Coastal. So I went, picked it up, and I was like, no, for 2025, I want to have minimal equipment. I want to take time out to figure out where I want to take whatever whatever I'm doing. I also wanted to learn some new things and also meet new people, which was better way of doing that than having an Uber.
Yeah, which you have.
You know what I mean?
You met so many new
I was like, bro, myself. And I remember going to that fleet at Costoga and Johnny up. They're like hundreds of Nissan Days, 650cc's. And I look at this pink little thing over there. I'm like, a color that I'd had. I'm black.
Hizo rangi zingine wacha.
I remember looking at that little thing. I'm like, but it just looked like a bubble. We could just, to a pop. We could just burst up with looking pretty pink. I'm like, patile guys. And even the guy's like, skuna yapo imachiki iko sijui na kaji, iko na gold, iko dark grey.
Huko za Z.
That pink thing.
Iyo.
There's something, I remember just thinking about it. I'm like, I'll call it Bubble. We give our cars names.
Magina.
Like, looks like a bubble. Looks so nice. So yeah, that's how I got Bubble. And came and registered to the apps. And I was like, it was not about the beats. I'm like, hey, first of all, I have daily bread. I always believe it's what we pray for in the Lord's Prayer and every day. Everything else is extra. Because on a daily bread, life goes on. And some of us are minimalists, so we know how to deal with it. Najua tu nikiingia home hivi nipike kota yangu ya nyama hapa ama nusu, mayai 3.
Sawa.
Great, man. 1 meal a day, nigga. And a proper meal. So I was like, this is the way I'm going to do it, by using this medium. And at the same time, I'm going to engage. I'm going to meet people. My Uber was very engaging. And shout out to everybody who are following each other and stuff. I have another phone with my Uber peeps, as in, it's a whole new family.
The whole thing.
Yeah, it's a whole new thing. So it was like, I met some of the coolest people I've ever met through that. But now in the middle of it, this little thing here,
man,
and the laptop, they fit in a backpack. So during waiting for rides and doing stuff, so najua to chapa 2 beats to Willy. And I remember doing the first one. The first one I did was that thing at Art Cafe, which you can just see on my story. I remember, actually when I was at Art Cafe, I was waiting for my first ride. Then nimepata Uber, niko na Bolt, but I never did the others. I just decided to do Uber. So I'm like, Babu is looking pretty, some nice little fat feet. It's smelling fresh. It was a super fresh car. It was getting washed 3 times.
Well.
Yeah. Niko tu ketchup.
Teke.
Na mse hapo kaush mona hapo hivyo alafu the kaush za wase wa Uber. Ni so 70 bob.
Unaingia
do that.
Shughulika.
Yeah. So it was always looking pretty and smelling nice and stuff. So
as you're waiting for your first ride, umeenda umekaa umeasha up unangoja.
At cafe, I'm also anxious.
Yeah.
Kidogo ko, damn man, what is this I'm getting into? I'm kind of introverted in a way. Yeah, I don't like being out there. But now, I'm engaging with strangers on. But I'm like, hey, it's fighting. You don't need to be. See what it is, introverted. As in, explore yourself.
No.
Remember, some new old beliefs are dying. There's an ego death going on. Some new beliefs, some old beliefs are kind of dying. I don't need to be secluded like that. So, hey, I'm waiting for it. And while I'm waiting for it, I'm like cooking a bit. And then the day before was a little bit whack. Just whack phone calls, as in, an interest you had, as in, umesikia tu when you're having a conversation where you just know, this is done. It's done its job.
Yeah.
It's
run its course.
It's run its course, man. And it's all good. It's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm like, oh man. I go to Art Cafe. It was a space I like Art Cafe a lot. Those slabs of cakes they got there are amazing. So I get in there, just broken kiasi, but us we don't take things to heart that much. You're just broken. Man. And again, there's a job I was trying to pitch in. They didn't holler back that week. It's just a bad week. Any two vitu mbaya just mefanyika February, I remember. As in a series,
back to back.
For Tana. So I'm like, oh man, that's how we release. After all that stuff goes away, it disappears. None of that shit exists. Once we get in there, whatever. Thank you for the inspiration, whatever universe you're trying to toss a nigga. Yeah, knock that shit out. So did MD from there. And I remember the first thread coming in, taking it, and another one, and I do Chantity, which was the second beat. I do Chantity. There's a place I used to like parking in to start rides. There's some nice trees. I'm like, I'm a little bit anxious picking people. At the same time, this is crack to us. Drums and my little baby here. Yeah, let's go. So after the second one, I'm like, wait. And I started that thing of just putting the phone by the corner apple. When I look at it, I'm like, Najua, this is something. Yeah. Why don't you make some content off this? And there it is. Snappy8. Made in that little whip in between trips, G. Gauntlet, back to Kailin,
dakika.
Just Siri, set me up for 20 minutes. Zima up. I'm like, damn, bank that. That's a beat. Oh, that was 16 minutes. Washa up, let's go. So as much as you're saying there are 20, those snappers, as doing ngapi. They in the hundreds.
It's
also so much inspired by the interaction with the peeps I was meeting. I was telling you earlier, as in, I just think the Uber experience is a little bit crazy. Yeah, there's some things around it that are amazing to just think about. Yeah.
Ukibuy ndalo kunajua unataka kufanya Uber. Ukibuy.
Yeah, when I went to get it, I was like, no, I actually need a small car. I had a bigger, I had a machine. So I'm like, this is it. Deploy funds, whatever they're needed. Yeah, lipa fees, lipa bills, fulani. Endelea na mjengo. Unajua, as a grown man, we get responsibilities out here. So sometimes it's about how you're just playing your chess games, even as shit goes the way it goes. So I was like, no, that one. But at the same time, I'm like, I believe in daily bread. Heavily since as a child. As in, that's all a man needs. If you can get your daily bread properly, and Uber was, nikiangalia zote, it was the perfect.
It was
the perfect. So there's this thing about the people you meet there, and it kind of gives you a perspective of, hey, people are out there going through actually life. And not necessarily bad or good, but just life.
Just life.
What life brings about.
The whole scope of life.
No doubt. And there's nothing it's a beautiful thing when you look at it, and it's so inspiring to a point whereby what is going on with you doesn't really matter that much. You've actually become a sort of, you've become a resource to them as much as they're a resource to you. You know? Yeah, you become a resource because a lot of the rides were ending with actually Memaliza, and you have another 20 minutes, 30 minutes in the car talking about all sorts of things. Sometimes it could be life itself in general, the universe, God, you know, sports, family. It became like a heavy therapy unit. Yeah. So Bubble had that on lock. Bubble had that. It was an environment for sharing and vulnerable in so many ways for myself and even the others. So, and there are so many folks that I have.
New community, new family.
Man. You know. So yeah, knocked a bunch of beats in between those rides. And even just to cream it up, there's somebody you've seen there called Jiki Jakalasi.
Yeah, I am glad for the segue. Juu kwanza ilikuwa niulize vile tunaionapo kwa cover, ni ulipigia photo ilikuwa kwa kawash ama?
Yeah, it was in a kawash in Kilimani somewhere there with Hurlingham hapo, Kileleshwa. Yeah,
so ukiipiga ulikuwa unajua this is the cover?
No.
Ama ulikuwa unapiga tu?
But dude, I was taking pictures of everything. There's a thing I felt, that's what I'm telling you, hey guys, journal stuff, it makes life more interesting and more colorful. So, jaribu, if you're not taking pictures, right?
In whatever way. Videos, whatever.
Like,
yeah.
Whatever you're doing, as in, fuck it. This is nini. Do two gadgets to connect. Yeah, take a selfie with a friend. I saw an auntie from one of these things in YouTube going like, the thing she regrets is she never took that picture. And I think I know what she said. She meant by it. Yeah, I felt it. Like, I know what you mean, auntie. So yeah, take that picture. I took a lot. So when I was thinking of the cover, I was just going through my archive. And
archive again, yeah.
The thing looking like this. What it again is eager wings.
Yeah.
This is a lambo. I'm like, you right there. Grease it up.
Edit up. Yes. Because so that was the first part, and then the second we mentioned. Misha wanted utuambie about kuna. Kwa hii Snappy ni Akili Blaq and kuna another name hapo.
Yes.
Kuna jina ingine hapo, tuambie about it because hiyo pia ni part of these conversations zile una have with your clients, as umeniambia tukiwa on call a number of times, then kuongea na ndugu yako as well, expand on hizo conversations, meditate pamoja, converse. So tuambie who is that person and how does he fit for this thing? Mbona ni significant for Snappy 8?
Yo, okay. That's loaded, but it's also simple. As in, yo, that's Brajay. Yeah, for those who know me, and in SA there's some homies we fellowshipped with, you know, and one of my most significant homies is that homie Brajay. He's the first person when I started making beats in 2005. From the first beat, actually him and Apu. Because Apu is because we're sharing the same flat, we live in the same flat. But Jay was a homie I was hanging. We were just stoner brothers, you know. And he's the first one who really took. He's like, yo, like you want some bullshit here, and it's the first joints. Yeah, kama tumeongea earlier about rangi zingine. Rangi Zingine was made in 2005. Rangi Zingine, go check it out from Maliza Rojo. There's a song called Rangi Zingine with myself and Trouble Lee. It was made in 2005.
That's wild.
Rajay,
that's wild.
AKA Jiki Jakalasi. Had it as his ringtone. And that thing played until I couldn't take it. And the phone is going to go, 'cause you're black. And then he just grabs it, goes like, he doesn't even pick the phone.
Anasikia joint kwanza.
Like, let that phone ring. Keep ringing. 'Cause you're black. I'm like, hey, G, Maze, you know you can change things.
Umesikia sana.
So he's a serious enthusiast and supporter of my work in the craziest way possible. And what he tells me is sometimes he doesn't just believe that's my homie making that shit. He's a super dealer, fam. He's dealered out like crazy. Also, that one, it's another story. When you talk to him, you guys might discuss about that. But he's over that side with the dealer. So loved hearing the things. And I remember that time also I just come off campus trying to figure things out. That time is very significant to this one 20 years later. Because that time it's coming off campus. I was in campus in SA for those who might be wondering what I'm saying. So Nile, dropping out and trying to figure out some things. And then, but now thinking of it, it's a crazy cycle. And I remember Jay that time also him going through his and also fuck this campus shit on a tip and going through so much. Actually, him was going through a lot that time. As in the OG passing on, rest in peace to Mr. Anochi. That's Branjay's OG. And so much going on in his life that time. So when he went to Barry's Pops, he came with a couple of things as gifts for me. He came with an office chair. His entire catalog was of his Pops records. And Pops is Ghanaian. So, high life. Oh my God. Remember, me, I've been a child born from hip hop. At home, we never really collected records. My parents were not record collectors or anything. Whatever you're hearing around is what you're fucking with. It's my first time to actually own, let's say, an Anita Baker record. Experience here, not the song I had from a tattoo, my shop, my place. And so he brought me the entire catalog of the OG. And it's like, yo, Black, let's go. And a studio monitor. I remember one got stolen and he's like, you can use mine. So that's a brother who has faith in what and he's been a supporter ever since. So now during a Snappy 7 ending, we were both going through the transition of seeing things. We're getting to OG status and so much is changing. Careers, interests, just whatever we're pursuing. There's so much change and it's happening to us at the same time in very identical situations. So, we became each other's as in, G, as in, how is it going with you that side? As in, how did you wake up today, man? How are you feeling today? What's the plan for the week? As it started just casually like that until it became a daily conversation. When I mean daily, is since January up until this December. There's no, it's very unusual. Most of you will be like, what the fuck? It's very unusual. We've talked daily. And what we're talking about is whatever was in mind that day, whether it was sport, you could go and look at Ja Morant's statistics, let's say. As in, nah, this kid, man, is going to get injured and stuff. But what do you think about, then later in the evening, it could be about human nature. As in an interaction you had with somebody and we both share, so what do you think this kind of reveals about human nature? We went into that. Then we found ourselves, just early on in the year, we found ourselves having this observer perspective of stuff, whereby we are not relating with things as in directly as us, but observational. We're outside there observing. What does this say about this situation? And it went deep about that. We started even coming up with theories. We started coming up with scripts. Then we came up with something we called Soulvent. This is the Soulventing. At the same time, it's a solution solvent.
Soulvent.
Yeah. So it's something you're going to see about as we are crafting it. But yeah, we kept building on it. There was so much we were sharing about every single thing. Yeah, and breaking, and it's that thing you're actually helping each other transition into what you're trying to be. So I'd probably tell you, no, I'm trying to do this in the next few. What do you think about this? We crack it. Tim is a technocrat, so he's the dudes into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So me, as I'm doing my Ubers, him is there watching his data. He's in the front, so I could just call him anytime, like, yo, G, I just finished this ride, and me and the customer were talking about this and this. What do you think about? We crack up an idea, conversation around it. That time I'm cooking beats in the whip, and him is there watching his trades. He's like, hey man, hey, Bitcoin, there's this, I don't know what they call it, a bubble or something going on. So I'm just watching, hey, my trades are looking funny today, man. As in, I'm like, so we are into, my rides today, man. It's a slow day, but I'm knocking out some joints here. But I made the show yesterday. You know, she was on this and this and this. Oh, I made this OG. This prof told me this and this. I dropped him at the airport. As in, we shared a lot around that. And that's why I feel like I had to put his name in the cover, because a lot of it was about what we were on. And again, it's Jay, man. it's that obvious. Yeah, I know he fucks with them shits.
Moto umeongelea, because hata, yes, I can confirm, hata earlier today waliongea after Black ametoka gym toka kupiga shughuli hapo tuongea.
So it's accountability, homie.
There is that as well. Na which pia ilifanya tukaongelea kidogo male relationships, male friendships, na hiyo importance ya having such a person where mna converse to on anything and everything. Ku share two perspectives. Ama taka vile umesema yako side yake na do stuff yake huko, hapo na do stuff yako, una create beats na still mko tu on call, on conversation. Ni important sana, and hata umeongelea transitions and the way the album starts, it starts na hiyo point ya transition. And it's, nilikuwa nafikiria earlier today nikisikia how it's simultaneously a transitional point while the same time in a capture pia this new phase. Because the way the excerpt there inasema, as I step into this new leap, right? New leap, ana express gratitude while pia kuomba guidance. So unaona kuna hiyo point ya kunotice ama kuremark kuna transition, but pia kuna kama this new leap already and this new phase, and we see that a lot in the project, which pia is representative of these past 2 years of you.
You see, that's why I love Sanaa kwa sana. Yeah, now I've not even looked at it even. But that's what's up.
This past 2 or so years of you na transitioning, and ukisikia the project, we mentioned earlier ego death. Kuna ego death hapo ndani. Kuna except inataja dissolution of the ego, inaongelea dark day of the night, dark of the night soul, right? Then kuna, you talked about this on call, kuongelea the year of the snake, which has been this year for the Chinese zodiac. We'll touch next year being year of the horse, and break down easy concepts and how zina tie into your experiences these past 2 years and the project.
Hey man, first shout out to you for that one. Your intro, you heard it more than I heard it. Yeah. So as in it's as in the year of the snake, as in according to the Chinese, it's just the things you see and you're like, and you know, actually these things you look, they're things that just make life colorful. It's like I remember when you were doing tarot with Tra. Yes.
These
things just make life colorful.
Don't even know.
Whatever, man. I'm like, they just, all we're looking for in this life is meaning. You know, I'm gonna try with the meaning.
The meaning.
Yeah, as in all we want is meaning. So when you see something that goes like, I think I know what you mean by this, and especially if it hits you a certain way. So I think the year of the snake was so dope because I'm like, yeah, this is here, skin is being shed off. And also a snake being that creature that is so venomous, at the same time the anti-venom, what would you call it?
Antidote.
The antidote to the venom comes from the same source. You know, I'm like, oh, that's such a bar, man. Yeah, that makes sense. I can relate to that. And 2026 being the year of the horse, as in that's charging forth. I'm like, oh, I can live there. Man. I can live. I dig. You know, as in, yeah, that was significant for me. When you hear the intro of Snappy8, starting with a prayer, it's I'd gotten into faith, in trying to explore the side of faith. A little bit heavy from last year. Actually, the 2023 ending to 2024 was quite active, especially the church. And the church just been because it's the foundation we've been born into. You know, I honestly believe if I was Muslim, I'd be in that mosque like, whoa. You know, and this being just trying to find grounding within an idea, you know, because in Jipata, hey, manze, you're all over the place. You don't have something that kind of brings you back to the center. So the lowest hanging fruit was the church, which I've been so grateful for. I love the teachings. I love everything, and it's also refreshing. Since tumezaliwa kwa families, very Christian families. So it was just also getting in touch with your inner child. I like the concept of wake up, freshen up. It's Sunday. Wash your moti, go to church. Then a fabulous band been singing, and you just get in the spirit, and you just feel good about the day and the week. So I used to start the Uber rides with a prayer in the morning. You don't know, you're meeting so many energies out here. So I actually think if there's a time I was so prayerful, especially that ritualistic one of morning, was during the Uber session, which actually, if I can just say, it was between February and August this year. February and September. Yeah. I think the last ride was somewhere September 18th or something there. So I'm like, and just that's me going like, oh, enough. Let me pause. I'll get back to something else and maybe get back to it. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's how I looked at start with a prayer, and because you're meeting so many different type of energies, you know, you're meeting, and you just want God's protection for it, you know. And you also want to be, I remember there's something I used to just pray for, just like, hey, just give me the coolest customers. But just give it to more. Yeah, I think for God, when you talk to him, it's more nicer to be in gratitude, in the spirit of gratitude, than just asking, oh, natakai. No, you have the might to do a couple of things for you to give back thanks to it, especially if you're in good health and no joy. So yeah, there I am starting with a prayer and finishing with a prayer. So, and that's how we started Snappy.
Juu pia vile umesema unaanza your day na a prayer, unamaliza na a prayer. Hata ilikuwa the reason niliifikiria as far as how ni may break down before ni it's called the day.
Yes.
It's called the day. Na ni kama inatu usher into your experience and your experiences za the Uber rides and these Uber experiences. And ikiisha, as you've said, inaisha na a worship. The project ends na a worship, na kuna hiyo cyclical nature to vile imeisha, that despite what happens in between, because in between a lot is happening.
Oh my God. Life, G.
After umeomba, you want the best of your day. But
wait.
Things,
there's
life,
realization.
Kuna vitu tu ya reality. Kuna tu reality, reality ya scope ya life ina happen. So through hizo tracks kuna the conflict and argument kwa you and I that goes into Jumanji hapo. Unajua unaniacha sijui for a black woman. The next one kuna hiyo couple inaagio hapo anasema sijui tuongee vile alituambia, anasema okay, it makes me sad when you're dishonest. and it goes on and on and on before kwa the last half of the project to get into the ideas are ego death and dissolution. And pia the way me niliinterpret ni that last half, it seems ni kama ina go back to idea ya transition and grounding, but also ina introduce your dissolution because and centers back to you because hapo ndo kuna ordinary. Hapo katikati ndo kuna ordinary. Yes. And then afterwards now kwa clinical that and they are following tracks, now tuna get into the ideas are dissolution na ego death and facing yourself and how hard it will be kujiface, kuji-encounter, and it builds your idea. So just observing hizo points and how the day is going with everything. And then tunamaliza tu ikifika kwa babo, which is interesting. I wanted to ask, you always play with words, but ikifika hapo, the pacing ina change, and it seems the tempo and kuna certain calmness that settles in with that track, and it feels nika tunamaliza, which carries on kwa Soulvent. You feel the pacing of the groove and how atmospheric ina feel. It feels we've been culminating to this. Then Taste, which for the first version haikuwa.
It is 2 days old. When is today? It's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Sunday.
Taste was finished on Sunday.
Blaq 830 ananiambia yo, ndio hii link mpya. This is the front. Track number 20. This is it. And unaisikia. And something I noticed after untumia these new versions ni that the transitions are tighter. Yes. And more seamless. And way more seamless. Because akisema tuonge kabla Tribes alisema it gets into the next track seamlessly. Seamlessly. Ama the Alan Watts skit akiongelea shifting in your being. There anasema ana through the challenge to the person, what will you do about this? Then Pound Town ndo inakamazar. Oh man, it's
some of those names. Pound Town.
So for you at that point in time,
you see, that's why I'm here.
This is the answer.
Kodo, man. You see, as in, that's very inspiring how you're breaking down the shit. Shout out to you. That's why. You're not
Nashukuru Blaq, man. Nashukuru. So, because the first time tuliongea, ilikuwa utumia in a few days, uko unasema, you're still yet to stitch it and we thread together.
Yeah.
So, do you have these skits already? Do you know how you'll piece the things together? As you're finishing the beats, umeka skit hapo. How does that work when una thread? Because all your snappies inakuanga na very intriguing excerpts and clips that umetumia. How does your process work?
Okay, first of all, it's the beats. As in, here's a collection of beats. And nikiziangalia, I normally know them by feel. I told you I'd remember some of the names.
Yes.
But I really know when that beat was made, where it was made, where I was feeling. I'm telling you, even a beat in 2006. There's a imagination. Something I was even talking to Jay about. I have a problem with remembering even people's names. As in Viraisi. I told you that's why I call people Black. And ladies, it's either lady, I'm a man, I'm a girl. You know, I'm really bad with it. But there's detail I remember about them that I don't think many people do about these specific entities. So I normally just have the series of beats, and then I'm going to have a session. No, during this beat making season, I've been collecting a lot of shit on my save first, things that really, really hit me the right way and the right day. Just some things just sound like cliche when somebody tells you, hey, you know you done fucked up, right? You know, something like that sounds... But that day you heard it, it went straight to the soul. unajua unaisikianga daily. So if it's something I heard it maybe in a movie or on, I just save it. So what you're hearing there is things that were so significant that I couldn't even think. You know, you couldn't even breathe. As in, this stuff from escaping, you're like, oh man, it's just being said at the right time, at the right, you know, you're in a certain frequency with it. Vingi too. Now when that crazy season, which is not so exciting, when I'm winding up a project, it's now making this stuff to be cohesive and not overwhelming. You want it to be cohesive, very proper to listen for ear listeners, and the moods too much. So you know, now where the science comes in on frequencies, and now you're going to share stuff with whoever is listening to it on the other end. So yeah,
And so for these particular ones, umezi collect through this year, money just.
They have to be through the time
period, yeah.
Yeah, so you find most of them are from my IG saves. Yeah, this year I didn't do a lot of movies. Actually, I don't think I watched any movies.
Because I was to ask that.
I didn't have a Netflix subscription. I didn't have YouTube movies. I was talking with a homie. That time I could be watching movies. I was reading a lot. Yeah, I was reading a lot. I read a lot of stuff. Yeah, and random stuff. Like when ebooks, just books I was getting, customers. Like I have an Irish family that came through, and so I was reading the Atlas in the car. And then, not the Atlas. There's a certain book by, I remember this lady, see me with the names. Somebody else could have said Atlas by who and who. Me, I can't remember that. So I was reading, this lady sees that book and she's like, the daughter is addicted to that series. So when I drop her, she's like, you have to meet my daughter. I meet this nerdy 13-year-old who got no phone, no nothing, but a serious library. She reads, she can read one of those thick books in 2 days.
Done.
Yeah, done. So she goes like, hey, Steve, you can have this too. Oh, you read it? Oh, I love so engaged on the book. I'm like, oh, I'm not such a bookie, but hey, you're kind of putting something on me here, actually. And you guys seem so cool. She gives me the next 2 series. And those have been my peeps. Peeps was they're called the Money Penny family. Love them. So so it was that. There was I was just speaking from IG and little stuff when you doom scrolling. Also because being between the rides and Kimaliza Beat or something, you'd find us. You've seen us in the Uber. Push your kitty.
Yeah. Una lean back hapo. Yeah.
And just doom scroll, man. Doom scroll. It's true. So I was having those kind of moments too. And I was saving a lot from there.
Oh yeah, speaking of doom scrolling, kuna maybe kuna some people wenye wamekam across your recent post where umeshare kuonesha process ya cover, but kuna video of Black mahali kwa maji before the cover making of the cover process that imetesa mtandao sana. My inboxes na my responses. Tell us, Black, tell us.
So, I don't know what to say. First of all, hey, Jesus is Lord, man.
Yeah.
Who believes that? Whichever interpretation you have of yourself, that's what's up. Shauri yako. As in, man, do what thou wilt.
Do what thou
Believe what you know.
Do what thou wilt. To quote Absol.
No doubt. What was happening is on Sunday I was finishing this cover. So in that cafe, I'm like, oh, here's where I started. So just start finishing the cover nicely. I already have a nice idea. I like how it looks. So I'm like, it's just greasing it. You had seen it?
Yeah.
So I'm just greasing it. I'm like, oh, it's like a highlight upper. Then the day before, on Saturday, I was baptized. It's an amazing ritual to just wipe off. And I think everything is based on everybody's interpretation. What somebody thinks about whatever they're experiencing or what they're going through. So to me, it was so much about, this stuff I felt like needs to be left behind. Unajua, and this is an amazing opportunity. I just finished a certain course in campus in church called Encountering God. It was a 3-month kind of course, that I was really engaging with the pastors on. We're battling on ideas, unajua. Because also we don't just buy stuff. Sometimes we go on a platform, Kayoni, share what you think. Yeah, we're not just receiving information, and we are not yes men. And I actually like being in this space. I like the worship team. I like the peeps in church. I got some of my favorite people there. Kabucho, that's where he's at, and he's the one who took me to church. So the baptism was a nice cleansing and washing away of a face. And remember, we were also talking about the ego death when it comes to personal contextualization, as in the stuff that was getting shed of this year. So I thought applying for it was significant for me to just go through it. And and also acknowledging God in God's space somewhere in my scheme of things. I really believe in the God within. I really think it's something that should be talked about more. Remember, Papa, heaven is what you make it, hell is what you go through. As in, I still believe those kind of things. And and other remixes of ideas that we have to justify this existence you're having. There I was getting baptized and doing the cover, but
nilikwambia ulijiseti
messages of congratulations.
Ulijiseti ulijipeana.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm like, hey, can we talk about the album cover there at least? Let's talk more about this. Let's just niliongezea tu ni
context kidogo.
Yeah, I'm archiving the weekend. So I'm like, hey, check out. That cover is pretty.
Your cover, Mbona wadhani wasali wali reactive?
But also it's the kind of thing I think people like seeing. Just transformations and real personal stuff being out there. Yeah, as if to zingine people are desensitized to them. As in, ukiongea hapo, wana come up na album.
Na album. Yo.
Sawa. Tumesikia ingine ili come up nayo. Yeah, hii nyingine.
Na kuna albums zingine. So you search things who are points of interest for people.
Yeah.
Think of if you're right now to post, I have a baby, your comment section is a flood na so many people.
Yes,
if you are to post, you're expecting it a flood. Just post a random photo about anything. Itakuwa tu.
But
post graduation anniversary. Utaona so many comments. Marriage, nini.
Crazy.
Ni
as in, what happens? Where do those people come from? Because some of them are in your contact list of followers.
Na for some
but this
random.
is the first time you ever wanted to comment something on something you've seen from. You've never said anything. Sasa ndio naangalizi. Niamka asubuhi, I'm like, jamaa, it's baptism. It's cha kawaida. It's not that it's not that deep.
Ukiwa mtu ushabaptized before?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
So ilikuwa ganile, you've made that decision yourself. Mko ilikuwa gani ya wazee. And again, it's a beautiful thing, manze. Even yeah, it is. And thank you anyway. Thank you for the congratulations, man. It's a beautiful thing. And also the ones who are talking about, hey, Blaq, making me feel like I need to do this. I'm like, homie, anything. Tunasemaga nini? Anything to do what? There's this saying, whatever suits you, homie.
Oh, yeah.
As in, if you feel like it's something, just do it.
Something else that tumongelea ni hiyo ku meld different ideas, because tumongelea the tarot, an idea baptism in church and God, an idea the God within that you may mention. And for you in the context of the church that you are a part of, your concept here, the God within, and other ideas that you have of spirituality, how do they fit into that space and what their framework of belief is?
Hey, that's a dope question, because they don't. Or there's a rigidity when it comes to organized religion, that no, this one should not be considered as this. This one should not be considered as... I read the book of Enoch and the other missing books from the Bible, and I'm like, so I really think it has a lot to do with and any religious experiences we are all having. They have a lot to do with your interpretation of that. Of course, you have humans telling humans how stuff will be like, and the guides, which is a beautiful thing. You know, it's so we all need guides now and again when we don't know what we want to know. You know, but how you interpret things matters to me, all of them. One of my favorite homies is Krishna, Archangel. You know, he's one of my favorite people of all time. And I remember sharing a room with him when he's converting to the Krishna consciousness. And I love the concept of Krishna consciousness. But they got some really cool stuff like, you don't need to kill a cow and eat it, because if you let that cow roam the streets, that's everybody having milk, cheese, butter, ghee for free. You know what I mean? You kill this cow right now, you may eat also in the next 3 days. I'm like, I like that. It makes sense to me, and it's a dope concept. So there's no way I can alienate faiths as long as you're not hurting anyone. I was raised in Isili. That's a majority 50-50 Muslim community. You know, Muslim and Christian community. So I don't see, hey, your homie will tell you, hey, bro, mina futuru joleo. Hey, wacha nakimbia sala. Oh, you're just playing. Wacha nakimbia sala. Nakambadai. As in, and you respect that. You actually acknowledge, you even talk, wow, sala ilikuwaje job. Hey, lo jenda sala, hey. Hatuna za msanukia. Hey, bro, sangapi jo. Azin, yamka. You know, so I have a respect for faith, and actually feeling like whatever you're picking up is a medium for to have you access the God within. That's my concept. That's what I'm saying. Christianity was the lowest hanging fruit. I was raised in it. I respect it a lot. You know, and it's a medium for me to gain proper access to the God within. And just kind of, David, bro. We've been out there without having faiths and stuff now. Remember, I've also had a whiff of Rasta before. So we've come from, and a proper Nyabingi.
To explore
Rasta, to explore faiths.
And belief systems.
And belief systems, to have certain respects for them. Pick what you feel is working for you and work with it. Right now, that's what's been working for me. I can go astray. I go backward sometimes. You know.
Nimekumbuka awali ya conversation huko chini. Hiyo story ya Uber.
You like, huku ni wapi nimeishia sasa. As in,
through this year, last year, na sana this year, nimeona consistency in your stories. Kuna Sunday uko hapo umetoka, umepiga picha. Kuna hiyo consistency. Something else pia umekuwa consistent in that imekupatia a grounding na consistency, which pia I feel ni part of thread ya Snappy8 ni gym.
Oh, man.
I feel.
Hey, we're getting to that one.
I feel your consistency pia imetie into the story of this project, and what has that meant for you? That your journey to the gym and kukua consistent in it, I feel imekuwa an integral part.
Those two, and like I'm saying, whoever you out there, okay, if you don't have highlight some homie somewhere there, you can share a few things about how you can do some things. But, hey, do what thou wilt, man. Yeah. Do whatever you feel like, this is what needs to be done for me to... Yeah, it's you and your God, man. Umuka also in Snappy, there's just a reminder of like, hey, nobody's coming to save you. You're out here alone, you know. And somebody might come to do that, but it's a nice mentality to live by. Yeah, somebody could come through. God sends angels, man. Unajua, things, energies, the universe does something just because you're in a certain frequency. And things just, oh, wait. How did that just happen? Unajua, that's God's hand. That's the universe's hand. That's Mother Nature being like, I see you, my child. Yeah, unajua. So, but the best mentality to live by is like nobody's coming to save you.
DIY.
So yeah, the church, that one as we finished, the gym, now beginning of last year, beginning, 1st of January, I moved to these apartments. These apartments are right next to the gym. You might start hearing some music from the gym, yes, because right now it's 6.
Gym iko tu hapa.
The gym, as in I can call Peter ni aje. Hapo mse na sema there's an amazing gym here called Lennox Gym by Lennox. Yeah, it's a worker. I've seen it grow, and homie putting amazing energy in it, and I really wanted. I'd started seeing 2023 kisha nianze tu gym fulani banana huko. And I remember just feeling like, I need to. That day you woke up maybe too stoned. I'm a jabba kibao. You didn't sleep for 2-3 days making beats, and you feel your heart beating funny. I'm like, wait. Okay. That's 4th floor. Manza kukaa funny. It's looking funny.
Ina reflect.
Yeah, and you can't be in the same boat you've been on in your 20s. As in fix some shit.
Yeah.
The gym was the first place to first of all cut some weight, and then tone yourself, and then just get into a new habit. So I moved to the gym here. As in, I was staying some apartment somewhere there. So I used to come to the gym maybe 2-3 times a week. I get. So I remember January was like, especially when I was seeing what was going to happen in this year. Sometimes when you look into the God within, you listen to Him, you can almost see, this will be a different year. Pick some new things. Utamka asubuhi client akupigia. No, these contracts zimeenda.
Yeah,
zimeenda ziko. You went actually to sign out. Thank you for the 5-year contract. Unajua, you've signed out. No LPO. So I remember walking this way, and I just see this caretaker for this apartment. Like, bro, kuna nyumba na kwanza kuna mtu ana move kesho.
Done.
I'm like, kwanza shika yako.
Done.
Shika yako, hiyo nyumba piga rangi, mimi naingia kia.
Nakuja.
I just moved the studio to the farm. I had just finished
Kumepeleka
so the gym became my thing. I love it here. Now it's I move every year. Just I got a crisis.
Speaking of,
I got a crisis of. Niaje Kioko. Kama unaniambiaje, napiga story yako nuko hapa.
Alafu anatokea.
Sija kupigia hapo kwa
rekodi wa.
Una kweli tutasaidia.
Acha. Ila?
Tuna nene.
Aje. Sisi. Oh, it's the lady there.
Yes.
Don't mind, it's slightly stoned hapo kwangu, but you'll find it all right. Yeah. No, it's all good.
Ni aje.
Fiti. Wacha kucheki, we were just podding here. Hey, it's all good. Pop. Waza. She's on moving to the
to the spot.
So it's crazy. No.
Kwa sababu muongelea alafu akatokea.
Today's
2016.
Today it's 16. Yeah. Somebody's coming to pick that apartment where I was staying because I'm moving to somewhere else. And I'm like,
mwaka.
So that Kyoko there is on. I'm like, hey, amazing. Yeah, so you see.
Nieke keja na kuja kesho.
Yeah. I was like, I don't have much. I'd already downgraded everything. I just have little tools, my bed, one piece of sofa, everything. I've gotten rid of it so that I do real minimalism this year and focus on myself, body and spirituality. So those have been my 2 main things. All I did this year was gym and consistently. And remember, some of us, una gym waka mzima na huko. Some of us go to the gym to get tired. Hii kitu ikija jasho. Nikiangalia.
Kiona tu hivi.
Nikiangalia hivi nione.
Unajua yes.
I'm like, yo, my heart is beating better. I can move better. I'm more flexible. I'm breathing better. I'm eating good.
You feel amazing.
I'm feeling amazing. Today, you see what we were doing today there, man. Today was chest day. And triceps. As in, you're feeling good. So it becomes, and again, going back to the thing of making life ritualistic. As in, those are, what do you normally call them? Not rituals. What are these things you do every other time?
Rites.
Yeah?
Rites.
Yeah. I think actually you can just use ritual. There's a very specific word for it. As in routines.
Oh, routine.
You know, as in what routines are you picking for this year? And I was like, one of them is called, I'd like this one. You serious part. Go Maktao. Of men going out the way. Men going their own way. Practice celibacy. You know, there's in things when you've been on some champ shit around it. Like,
you should know, Blaq amepitia vitu, man.
Yeah.
Blaq amepitia mastori.
Hey, don't wanna talk shit.
Yo.
Yeah, so just put some things aside. Focus on very specific things. Focus on the spiritual side, your physical side, family, projects, your purpose. Also, learn new things. It was the AI just came and bombarded every facet of our existence. As in, try check out how you can learn a few things around it. You know, new game. You know, there was so much to hizo mwaka. Kwa hivyo, it was me getting fully immersed into that and being stingy with my time.
Yes.
Yeah. Being I'm not out there that
lock
much.
in.
Yeah, just locking into yourself, and it's been good.
Yeah, but also in as much as ume lock in, I think umesema things umekuwa consistent in which ume make beats sana, ume make music sana. But also proudly so ni after your January beat masterclass ulisema you want to do more activities na ukue active more in the scene, and August ukafanya flipped na pale kata sio Kamwangi Njue ulikuwa kwa line up na Gambino na Justin.
Yeah.
And Saib tutakuwa Cosmic Cuts on 20th for
the 20th guys.
For
today is a Tuesday. We'll see this tomorrow.
So
but Saturday, tomorrow, whatever, or even maybe after Cosmic Cuts. But Saturday we are going to jam this Snappy.
So I think kuna vitu umefanya consistently na imekuwa beautiful tu kuona how zimetai pamoja na zimekuwa part of his story ya Snappy8, which interestingly ni the first Snappy that has no feature verse.
Oh, sasa hiyo hata sikuwa nimefikiria. And there was a couple actually. Kuna vitu zilikuwa then I was like, I want to make it about. You always have a loose trouble.
Kakitu somewhere.
Couple of verses just
kakitu somewhere.
Sketches. I have Leo Coltrane. Having Leo Coltrane, I was like, hey Leo. It just
the homies
project. I was like, I had this verse for the project. Let it slide.
The homies. So hiyo ni something niliobserve. Alafu tu ni similar to Snappy 7, because 7 was the first Snappy where you did this, but also kwa hii ni another Snappy installation where the songs are titled. Because normally ilikuanga you'd have MM and then a date, and then you'd have maybe a hyphen and the name of a song. But from Snappy 7, ilikuwa only the title so of the song.
Snappy
1 mpaka nini it's all MM kakitu hapo, which if you listen to the Snappies ama if you have Mwanamundu, the MM, the third. That's where it comes from. Alafu, the numbers you see there, Blaq wambie what the numbers represent.
The date
The
that
date.
it was made.
Yes. So ukienda way back to Snappy 1, utaona 07, yani it's wild to think about. But Snappy 7 was the first time where ilikuwa just song titles, and then now pia hapa ni the same thing. So when you are saving them, were you saving them with the names or dates? Easy for this one.
This one,
For
this was quick. Kumbuka,
yes, ni gauntlet.
So
ni timer hapo alafu ukiso
PPPP.
umeenda.
Zima hiyo. Nikifika home, when I'm listening, what I was doing is when now I name it and save it. So, and the folder was one. Hacheki, as in I just put Uber Chronicles, Bubble Uber Chronicles hashtag. Kwa hivyo the folder
So
is
kila
one.
kitu
Hakuna dates.
ni tu kimaliza kwa folder.
Before the other ones, I used to consciously.
Yeah, unazi
I'm naming this track, brackets, date,
tarehe alafu whatever.
whatever the name is.
Hizi jina ni as you saved them after siku imeisha ama umezichange when you are track listing?
Now there was different things. There's some I'd saved, Vifiti, as in I'd called it Pound Town. And I just saved it because I was in Pound Town, Kilimani. Pound Town, hey, like that place is wild. Hey, the
Story ingine.
those little girls.
Kitu ka Jumanji.
I named it right there because I was making it somewhere in Runda. There's a place I was telling you I was starting a lot of rides.
Yeah.
Ukiangalia the IG clips, there's a very specific place I used to start my rides from.
Hapo.
It's Runda Riviera. I like that street. It's nice. Nobody was bugging me. You know. And I just park there, go through my samples. I used to start most of my rides at 2. Yeah. So I start them at 10, at 2, up until 1 at 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Yeah. So between 10 and that 2, I like time for myself. Read, get to calls, try reach some new clients, make beats. So I made a lot of them there. So I could name that track like that, or another one, Gari Mekambio. I request him come. RRR.
Take.
Save it. I'll come and save it nikifika. You're cool. Ume like? Poa. Karibu. Yeah.
So una save take. Ride imekuja.
Ride imekam. We keep it moving. As in, so when I get to also now when I'm trying to mix it, I can call it relative to an experience of the day, a place, or because those things are not just named Evo.
Apart from Jumanji, gani zingine zilikuja instantaneously as far as the names?
So they actually come when I'm making the reel. So what I used to do when I get in the house in the evening, actually I start in the car. I normally make these things very quick. Actually, my editing in Kwasim, it's
take. Gauntlet.
And I'm like, too much kitu.
Done.
So that place IG ask name original audio.
So that's why Sauna.
Yeah, that's why I took Nini Juicy. And I like that name. Clinical Dirt.
No, Clinical Dirt.
Yeah, nilita Clinical Dirt. Hapa nimeandika one of those.
So you recall.
Recall. I'm like, Clinical Dirt. This thing is clinical. Wake up.
Ukaibadilisha.
And I enjoy naming tracks.
I was just about to say, ukona a history, whether ni the Snap installations or other songs and other projects, you play around with words.
I like
you
that.
Play around with words sana, because going as far back as nilikuwa nafikiria Mary J. Kwa previous na Snappy ilikuwa nafikiria Village Jazz. And playing on, alafu kuna Hot Property. So kuna we hapa hivi Soulvent, which
Soulvent.
Yo.
And the other thing, G, tell you, I've not been really hollering with folks. It's only J.
Umekuwa tu
hollering with Trap.
umekuwa tu
I think we did that thing. We were like, hey, G. Just a little bit.
ka hold hapo kidogo.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, inafaa. Tunaweza ongelea Soulvent because another aspects the project. Kuna religion, na spirituality, kuna transition and change. Another thing that is a thread here, na an underpinning of the project ni gender relations. Juu ukiangalia You and I, kuna hiyo argument hapo. Jumanji kwa the next song, the same thing ina happen with the couple. Kuna kwa babu hiyo story ya brought a man. Kuna hiyo nini?
Secret mating chamber. And this guy is like, oh, I'm going to get laid. He doesn't know it's about to be bred the fuck out.
So kuna hizo, and then the epitome of that ni Soulvent. Na pia, as you've said, I will niambia that you've had so many conversations with your clients, your rides, that zilikupatia so many perspectives on gender relations, on romantic relationships. Na pia you are conversing na Jay on the same, na mna exchange ideas, mna
so related to our own experiences.
Yes, to experiences. So kuna so kuna hiyo angle, and so unaweza I break down tuongele kwanza, because we also see Soulvent on the cover. So talk about that, then now Soulvent the track, which encapsulate your story gender relations.
Wow, that's loaded. But again, first of all, I'm so excited about this, guys. You can just... and he keeps coming with the right questions about stuff. So Soulvent. What happened mostly towards last year and this year is we're around a lot of romantic relationships not working. Whether it's from friends. I remember there's 2 weddings I was actually part of, that didn't last 3 months. That's a big statistic. Unajua, sio mingi, ni hizo tu. But by the time unatumia client picture,
unatuma footage kari done.
Anakuambia, you know what, it's all good, but this, like, what? Unajua, like,
man,
so much. And I found and that's being getting on some OG stuff. We're having a lot of folks reaching out to you, asking you about, hey man, my girl, man, I don't know, this and this happened. Why am I not hearing something is popping? And then when you get online, there's this crazy gender, this gender disparity, as in kuna itu separation here. No, you guys are supposed to be thinking like this. You guys are supposed to be doing this, or you're not doing this. As in, there's this war that's been going on since COVID. Because I'm not that kitu ilizaliwa COVID.
It's been long.
It's been on. Actually, we can say it's been on since the very recent civilization, since the 70s. You know, but there's a climax that relations are on in the past half a decade and some change. That's not normal. Unajua how people are relating, how people are taking each other for rides in relationships. There's always somebody who's investing more than the other. There's somebody who's there just for the ride. We're having so many versions of relationships. We're having convenient relationships. We're having people engaging just because they're smitten for that time, faking the funk a little bit. and then it's dissolved. So people walking around here with serious broken hearts and shit. That's your broken hearts, as in just disillusion on how we are engaging. Sababu vitu inaisha unasema, oh, that's why I was calling them, oh man. As in, you've been into something a little bit and then all of a sudden it's like, oh man, now what the fuck? Okay, nini ingine? Where are we going to from here? So there was a lot of that, and now when we were talking about stuff with Braji, that often came up. It often came up, and remember, we found ourselves on the observer side, so we were not directly relating to, even if we are talking about something about us. It's unajitoa hapo, observe this thing from this perspective and be like, okay, why are these people out here just not relating anymore? No, it doesn't have to be so painful. And like we were saying earlier, as in some of these relationships, the amount of time most people are taking to heal, they could have PhDs, bro. The
emotional work.
You know, it's people take each other through something and, oh, do you ghosted? Fuck it. You're like, whatever, man. So some of us don't take it. We kind of understand. Unajua, we kind of understand why it goes like that, because you know a little bit more because of the time you've been out here in this world and experiencing life. So yeah, there was a lot about, because I remember some of the clients, like I say, Uber is the most vulnerable space. I think it's more vulnerable even than therapist seats, those therapists' bed. As in, because people go to these places with intentions. When you get in an Uber, yeah, and ride hailing, I'm using Uber because that's my thing. And shout out to Uber, man, they better throw it. Check out, man, yeah. As in, they did some God's work for you. What was happening? Dude, I've given this example to a couple of folks, and it happened consistently. When somebody's going for a job interview, the last prayer they say is in your car. Right there, you can see from the side mirror. Mseme amekulipa na anakuambia, hey, just give me 2 minutes. Hey man, thanks G. You know, Joe. Thanks. He said his last prayer there. When somebody has been fired, akishuka hiyo building akuje kwa gari, hiyo fuck. Damn, I just got fired.
Anaiseme hapo ndani.
You know, right there, and that builds a conversation. The one which was most prevalent was people coming from shitty dates. Yeah, that one was, I'd say in a week. In a day, I do around 20 rides on average. Out of those 20 dates on a weekend, there's some 40%. And if I say 50 or 60, it's either somebody going to, people go out on it, somebody going to meet somebody and they're so anxious about it, or somebody, kwanza usiku sasa, to a point I even started not wanting to do night rides on weekend because of traumas.
Oh yeah, ni chaotic. Ni chaotic.
Bro.
Madereo hizi watakwambia. The weekends kuna stories kibao sana. Stories kibao sana.
You've had a lady come from a building with inaitwaje?
A trench.
No. Shuka.
Oh, shuka.
Yeah, shuka. Go, please drive.
Twende. Let's go.
And sometimes I've even out of empathy just take somebody home and be like, hey, Manzeza, you don't have to pay me, you know? As in, just chill, whatever that was traumatic. And so that's what I'm saying, as in there was a lot around relationships that, hey, people are taking each other for funny rides, man. That was even like, able to hear me at a story. No, this man tough. Just chill. Just do the OG thing. So there was a lot going around how we are relating. And Jay, we were breaking down experiences like crazy. And coming up with ideas around what could that be about. So we talk about Soulvent. Soulvent is something done by a character design called Every Other One and Otis. We have an entire series somewhere. If you know how to dig your shit, you'll see it. It's not there for sharing, but I'm sure some people right now. Mtandao. As in, why does a marriage end and the woman goes like, I'm tired? When you're a woman, you'd have your own opinions. As a man, you'd have your own opinions. But as an observer, you'd be able to be like, no, based on what she has said, what he has said, and what this situation looks like.
Soulvent, they say things.
And how they look like, both of them. This must have been.
It was in a same.
It's so crazy. Most people are actually in relationships not knowing what they represent there. You could be there for utility.
For utility.
Just for utility.
For your usefulness.
For your usefulness, homie.
When I say this, I am lying to you. So when I say this, I am lying to you to manipulate you. I am.
There's so much people are getting into this shit, and also became a little bit skeptic. I see married couples. I'm like, and the first thing I see guys, I'm like, hey, I don't see people and celebrate them. All I think is like, hey, man, I hope you're all good, man.
Usually it happen, but based on what umekukisia kwa your rise,
I don't care who they are.
You know,
as in how dope you guys are looking.
Unajua shit na go down.
I'm like, I just hope to God and you're good, man.
Unajua shit na go down. Because pia something else ulisema that also ties to that, and your opening that tunasikia from Every Other One. Ni vile, which ni part of the rides, ulikuwa unasema the question you asked a lot of people and what the answers were. Unaweza based on gender identity, unaweza pia share with us. This all ulikuwa unauliza wase, the would you rather?
Nah, it's all good. I mean, we're sharing, man. It's this life, Manze. So with the rides, I often wanted to. As in, with the Uber policy, you don't just start a conversation with a customer. Some people get in there, they just want to be quiet. Huwezi kaanza kusema, Ruto one time. As in, come on now, you don't know, maybe you're carrying his bodyguard or something. That might be the end of your life. Right there. So you don't.
I'm an spy.
You know?
Tricky times you're living in.
Yeah, you don't want to just be blapping things. So you normally just greet somebody, and once they initiate something, you can engage. And so what I noticed about my Uber, because I had 5-star, I had a lot of compliments on the service, a lot. I don't know if I have screenshots of them. Share. As in, it was clean, it was smelling good, it had candy, it had water, kuna tututu tulikuwa, and also Black is just there. You can engage. I'm cool like that, you know. So there was there's a way people are expressing things. There's a way what will go. Somebody would come and tell you something that would kind of tick, make you. I don't know if I'm straying from the question. It was.
So ile swali ulikuwa unauliza ya would you rather be
the questions I was asking.
Alafu the divergent responses ulipata from the two genders.
So I had a series of questions if things open up. As in, one of them was because a lot of people talked about their relationships a lot to a point where a customer tells you, hey, stop, let me come sit at the front. We need to build more on this one. As in, we're kind of taking each other through a therapy session of sorts, and we have nice conversations. So the question, moja ilikuwaga, and it's something we devised with Jay. We're like, do you think a woman would rather be loved or understood? So it's a question I asked a couple, not a couple, as in every single engagement we had on that. 100% it was understood. Because the first thing it was like, wait, I've never thought about it. But fuck, I'd rather be understood. And you're like, wait, you know, when you say that there's somebody who's giving you this unconditional love, who thinks is what he's getting from you. So you see these disparities. Unadhani unapatia na hii na kumbe huko I wish ungekuwa tu unanielewa. At the same time, you're the hardest person to understand, because people are not having open conversations. And people are not engaging based on some truth. Unajua, as in based on their true expression. There's a lot of masking going, a lot of performance. As in, the performance is crazy. That's what I was telling you in the Uber. I feel is the only place somebody comes and doesn't perform. Also because subconsciously, they know this ride is going to last 15 minutes.
I was about to say that there is that angle. Like, say, stamona tena, malizae, kan meenda.
And that's where Soulvent comes from these ones. As in, there's a lot of venting. You can hear somebody speaking from the soul in those situations. People really vulnerable. I mean, the vulnerability was ridiculous. You can drop this piece from here, tell you to wait. She's going to get to another thing. Only after 4 rides you've taken her to go to the boyfriend. You know what I mean? I was expecting a girl who just came from a night shift. We're like, fuck. You're like, hey, man, what's going on out here? So the relationship side of things was hectic, and from the observer point, that's why every other one in Otis came to know us in, why don't you express what we understand, the truth we don't want to speak, the truth that hurts. And can you handle the truth?
There's that as well. There's that as well.
Okay, you say, tell me the truth. Can you really handle it?
Okay, sure, you want to hear the truth. Venye men's egos ukonga fiko lutambo ukweli ukoza itakudevastate to the core. Chambo tu we are there for utility peke yake. Now I'm masking, and now you're making plans. Me na nafikiria njia kuzievade and
even to the guys, as in the guys,
yo,
do you really sit down, look at this girl and go like, I wanna? It's just because us, when we're in love, we are the mother nature thing kicks in. We just wanna protect and provide. You know, as in, when you're in love, you'd want this person to want something. So we have different versions of love. And so that's what every other one was.
Socialization, kuongelea your idea ya providence and that sort of socialization, and tying that to identity, because you could a provider, and that becomes someone's identity and what they think their importance is. Now, their role is na and for Snappy, tukiongea kuna sema this is the last installation. Or might be alafu urudi tena, but what mtaka, what do you want people to get out of the experience ya kusikia Snappy, but also next phase ya Blaq ina entail nini na inakaaje?
Fire. No, I'm believing in just one of the few concepts we've been on, but I think emphasis and anybody who wants to pick it up, because it's not like we know everything. As in, there's the need to keep evolving. There's the need to keep evolving. I think Snappy now, that's 14, that's 10 years of Snappy, of doing Snappy and the projects in
2011.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, oh man, mazini me do Snappy. But the other thing is it comes easy to me. So as I say Masai, alafu
February kuna Snappy ingine, siwezi shtuka.
So even me,
siwezi shtuka.
I could get in a groove and decide, hii weekend I made 7 beats that I like. Oh, hiyo weekend ingine malizia
zingine. There goes.
Put something up that is cohesive, that is... But again, why I'm saying that is also to tell myself everything has to come to an end at some point. So start thinking about the end of this series. And also just make it have a beautiful end and a learning to it. And that's why we wanted to also put a little bit extra effort. These things I normally just make them and
alafu na share.
Yeah, at least create some content around it, share, you know. So for the next evolution, and again, when you talk of evolution, there's this thing I've been liking this year. I've been calling myself ordinaire. You know, like, Black ordinaire. Like, you know, is it just cool? Like, that name sounds cool. Saint Stephen. You know, like, gonna do AKAs to
AKA.
And you want to emulate what you're feeling about yourself and the reinvention you're making, and also the cool people. First of all, shout out to everybody I've been engaging with this year. You all have been awesome. I don't know one person, whether it's the gym, whether it's church, whether it's the Uber rides mostly. You know, as in the new family I have, mad inspiration to keep it moving. So, and I hope I inspired you back too, because we shared. It was an energy exchange. So for the next evolution is just how musically, I want to be creating with a pool of creatives. As in, I've done the thing of me expressing myself. I want conga players. As I don't care what you play, even if you're a bottle whisperer or whatever. As in whatever you do. As in, I want to just be involved in the creative scene and the holistic creative expression, and be behind it, and also deal with a whole lot of people expressing themselves whichever way they do. So that's what I was thinking. Snap is normally very personal, and not saying as in it being the last, because I'll also have personal moments. I'd still put together a Snap. But the officially how I've been doing it all these years. Ningependa tu, please. Thank you. It's been through minimal equipment. You know, it's
minimalist.
It's vinyl driven. Music that has already been made. For those who don't know, as in I'm a sample-based producer, so it involves a lot of listening to what's out there and reinterpreting it in your own way. Of course, some of them creating from scratch, but trying to relate to something. As in, I don't know, you know these things, Manze. It's just expression. So, like for your 2026. I'd like to engage more with people, with creatives, get the gym thing going on. It was a good year for it. You know, and keep going in the spiritual depths of this. You know, keep going deeper, just getting in touch with God, the universe, and Mother Nature. Yeah. Keep growing the families we have. And just trying to do good by myself and others. There's also a lot of narrative of how fucked up you have to be for shit to be popping. You do that. Me, it's never necessary. I still believe in be considerate of others. Leave mine alone. That's what it is. And when our time is done, that's all we want to know. We were considerate and we were pretty cool.
Man, Sundowner, man. Yo, golden hour.
Golden hour, bro.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Yo, so man. Next phase, Neo, we'll talk about it more.
Najua yo, this phase that we're about to get in, where you want to work with creatives na could build more with people. Is something ukiwakia sana and you've been building a space, so najua vitu
Thank you, God.
najua vitu meja zinakuja. I can't mjengo nini
kujua
kuna vitu zimesimamishwa mahali, so I can't wait for that phase. Pia regarding Snappy8 kuna a track umenipea an exclusive thing about, so hiyo pia ni exciting sana. Yeah, massive. So nangoja this new phase and this continuation ya Blaq na kuona what you're creating, which I am always here for the grooves, for the head knockers. So asante for this momentous thing that tumeshare hapa. Shukran sana for your exclusive na for your experience. Niko honored. You always show a lot of respect na admiration for the work. Na nipigianga unaniambia yo, nimekuwa hapo nikicatch up ama shukran for the work you do.
Me from what I'm scheming, you guys keep doing what you're doing. You're needed in this culture and it's important. And forever this journey is starting, and for everybody out there, manze, Jama, go check out our work. You can check Dextro Bandcamp, or you can just go on my iTunes.
Kuna kazi mob.
Let's share in.
I'd especially encourage who dive into the Discog and the catalog, uone tu yani from Snappy1, usikie tu everything.
And
It's such a sonic experience.
I'm pretty easy, dude. As in, those who want to work and you got what it takes, because the grooming will leave it for the ones who know how to do it. And it's those ones who are just hitting the ground running. As in, Hala will do that. And thank you also to, they were very significant. Ian for what do you call Ian's organization?
Creatives.
Yeah, Creative Spills. And Creative Spill, manze, shout out to you for those master classes and considering me to be somebody who can holler at folks out there. Shout out to my Uber customers. You guys have been amazing. You know you're the first ones who gonna get this thing. Just slightly before release, using our other contacts. And everybody's been involved. Jiki Jakalasi. Much love, brother. And you know us, we just keep it moving.
Ongoing.
That's that homie, man.
Ongoing.
What else? Also, I got a lot of contractual jobs from Uber also. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you for the church. Thank you to Kabucho. Thank you to Wize. As in, most environments have been in the gym or Lennox. Thank you for that space, man. Yeah, it's been a nice healing space for them. Continue supporting it and bringing more clients to it and pushing for it. Sanaa kwa sana. Much love.
Well,
African code.
Nashukuru Blaq, man. Such an honor.
We'll do this again, man.
Such an honor, man.
That's it, man.
Such an honor, man.
I appreciate you.
Shukran. So beautiful.